Hi everyone, I've been sent another bike by Himiway and this one's called the Big Dog. I did a little video on my other channel about how I put it together, and really for me it looks like a delivery bike, so the best way to test it is go and do some shopping. Let's get cracking. I've got myself set up with some panniers. I've bought some cheap panniers off Amazon and I've actually attached them at the back through the straps, but I've actually you can't see because I've also got a cooler box that I've purchased, but I've actually bolted these to the actual frame of the Himiway. You can get bigger racks at the back, and I think this is just a normal one, but you can also, with the Himiway, if you look at the bolts at the front, you can get a front basket. So it's an ideal bike if you want to go off and do some shopping. So we've got the panniers with plenty of storage either side, and we've got a cooler box out on top, so we should be able to carry a fair bit. Let's go and see whether you could actually do your weekly shopping on a bike. Okay, just turn the lights on. That sort of time of day, and luckily one of the main things I've liked about the Himiway bikes is that they let's just see whether this one's going to come out or not. Has he seen me? You see me? Thank you, buddy. That's one thing that I do like about these Himiway bikes is they oh, just turn the assistance up. That goes a bit. Okay, this is the first time I've oh, I am having it on 5, I think. This is the first time I've ridden this bike. I've got it set up and I've built it, but I've not ridden it yet. First impressions, we got the throttle. Actually doesn't seem to get going very quick, but it does give you an aid to moving off. But yeah, one thing I do like about these Himiway bikes is they've got lights on front and back, and you don't have to charge them, you don't have to mess about with them. They're always connected to the bike and they're always charged. If your bike's got charge, honestly, the lights have got charge, so that's all good. Now I am going to my local Asda store, which is probably a couple of miles away, so let's just sit off here. There's a little bit of a jam with this one. I wanted to leave myself an out in case they reversed. Okay, no problems there. So first impressions, the throttle isn't as fast and easy to get away as my cruiser. I'm just going to change up to the next gear, see the kind of assistance it gives me in the higher gears. So yeah, the throttle isn't as powerful to get away, but this bike I don't think is as heavy as my cruiser. It's still a big heavy bike. It's got a decent sized battery on it as well. I think they say you can do 60 to 80 miles, but honestly, first impressions, it's really comfortable. The thick tyres make a big difference, and it's got suspension on the front. It hasn't got suspension on the back. I've not really found that to be a problem as of yet. We've gone over some pretty terrible roads already, and honestly, it's all right, no problems. Now, just interestingly, I'm gonna stick it back to assistance 5. That does and a half go. Wow. Need to go up to the next gear. But yeah, assistance 5 is a fair step on. Now I do know that you can change the different assistance levels and how much they come in. And I haven't played with this, but I'm sure you can. Now, got a couple of different routes I can take. I think what I'm going to do is do a left turn up at the end. Now I wonder whether, because I've turned the assistance up, it's going to increase the throttle speed. No, it doesn't. But we're okay, we've got plenty. Now you have got to be super careful cycling in these conditions as well. I've set the, well, I haven't set the display to miles an hour, so I don't know what I'm doing. Doing just under 25k. But it's a lovely, comfortable riding position. You sit up tall, seat's lovely and comfortable. Like I said, the big fat tyres of making absolute mincemeat of Liverpool's terrible roads. There's apparently a £400, not money, £400 in weight carrying capacity of this bike. So, like I said, it's an ideal way to go off and get your shopping. I weigh 100k, so could you carry another 80k? Possibly. That would definitely go a fair ways. You see me? Yep. It will go a fair way to getting your weekly shopping, but the problem that I find is how much you can actually carry. Like I said, there is an option for a front basket, so I'm suspecting you could get a fair bit on this. I'm going to look to get to the front. The lights at the side are just changing now, so I've got to be careful. Now I'm just going to tuck it in here. He's let me go. Thank you, buddy. Cheers, boss. Okay, no problems. I'm going to get on with it. He's helped me out, so I'm going to help him out. Thanks, mate. I'm all right with that. So yeah, no issues with that junction. Got to find my way to go straight on, so just communicating to people. It's going to stay in the middle of this lane going through this junction. I'm just aware of people behind. That's cool. I am going to go back and use the cycle area down at this side. So first impressions, it's with the small wheels, the steering's very sensitive, but that's okay. But you've just got to be mindful, honestly, of the tyres. I think it's potentially a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a problem, but it reminds me a little touch of riding the Voice scooters. But this obviously soaks up the bumps brilliantly. So, no issues. We have got a 40 limit. I'm quite happy cycling on here. So first impressions good. They do them in a couple of colours. What else? We've got a bell as standard. That's all okay. The gear shifts, it's all Shimano stuff, but it's basic Shimano. But the big difference that I think with this over, is he seeing me okay? Yeah, he has. The big difference between this and my cruiser is the hydraulic brakes. It's got hydraulic brakes that come with it, and honestly I think it needs it. I'm just going to take this slit road left, and then I'm a little bit less at risk on this little side road than I am a little bit further up. So happier here. It also allows for greater flow of traffic, so if there's anything you can do to aid that, do it. Okay, so too many people go for the smaller trips like this, a couple of miles away from my house. Too many people take the smaller trips by car too much, in my opinion. So would you be able to do some of your shopping on a bike? I also understand that it defeats the object if you're going out for a couple of trips on your bike, but then you go for an extra trip in the car to go and get the things you couldn't carry on your bike. Totally get it. How could you carry a crate of water on this? Suppose you could strap it to the back. It would cope with it weight wise, but honestly I think that could be a little issue. So if there are smaller journeys, if you maybe live by yourself, like in our house there's loads of adults, so our weekly shop, it would be impossible to do on a bike, but for the smaller journeys I think it would be ideal for people. Right, let's go onto this cycle area. It's a bit mucky, so I'm just gonna go slow and over here, give this guy a little bit more space, and now I can get back on the cycle area. It's in this level 5 you only have to touch the pedals, have a little bit of pressure, and it pulls you away quite nicely, to be honest. If you're not very fit like me, this bike can cope. There's no issues. I do think the steering's quite sensitive though, and it's a funny little feeling for me with the smaller tyres, but you get used to it. It does feel really comfortable and stable though, so we're all good. Over that little part of branch, it was no issue. Don't have to worry about avoiding anything like that. So I am continuing ahead. I'm going to see whether I even need to gear down. The brakes are loads better. So we've got to give way. I know the sequence. We are able to go. We're fine. Okay, no worries. As you can see, it takes very little pedaling effort to actually get going there. So that's all good. So already I'm down by my local Asda. I have got a lock. It's another thing that always makes me wary, to be honest. I don't know what the levels of bike theft is like where you live, but I'd always be wary of leaving anything attached to a bike. But here we are at my local Asda, and I'm going to go and get a few Christmas goodies and then see what it's like carrying them back. So got to find my way across the road first of all. Where are we? Is it a cycling crossing as well? Looks that way. I think I'm all right getting to the middle, but not all the way. The display looks pretty good. It's using the battery that it came with. Haven't charged it. This is how it came outside the box. It's a bit heavy to get going. Oh, now are we allowed to cycle on here? Just going to take care of these people. Oh yeah, we are. Okay. So I'm going to go down, find a place to lock my bike up, and then go and get some shopping. Now it says that this is a cycle area. Are they going to let me go? Yes, they are. Thank you so much. This lady's blocked it, but we're okay. She's moved now. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and cycle on this road park because of that guy. I'd be a little bit closer. It's quite nice over those bumps. And then where do I stick my bike? What's this one doing now? So where's the bike areas? Is there any area where I can lock my bike up? Not going to ride it through here. Let's go and find a little spot. There we go. Okay, no problems. So yeah, we do have a nice little area for bikes. Let's shift this round, get this locked up, and then we're away. One thing that is quite nice about this this bike as well, it does have a centre stand, which I think is brilliant. That's an added bonus. So I will switch all this off, get it all locked up, and go and do some shopping. Right, let's see whether it's the last time we see the bike. Anyway, let's crack on. Wonder how heavy it would be to take some cans of beer back. Right, we've got a fair bit, so let's see whether we can actually carry all this now. Right, that's the shopping done. Let's see whether the bike's still there. Robert, you wanting this stuff?
Well, I think you didn't sort of get up and move.
Yeah, bothered. Right, good result. Bike's still here. I didn't really doubt it, to be honest. It's locked up. People have a go at my city, but honestly, it's not as bad as people say. So we easily got everything in. Top bag, yeah, we've got everything sorted nicely in there. I've kept the bags. I hate buying those bags. I just didn't come with them. And we've got some heavy stuff. We've got the milk down in here. The panniers that I've bought are honestly, drop me glove. The panniers that I bought are honestly not brilliant quality. What I would advise is buying some better ones, because these zips, they are not the best. In fact, I'm not even forcing that one. I'm going from this side. Is that one even going to close? Let's see whether I can get this closed. So, yeah, moral of this story. You're all right, my love. I'm okay. I was leaving it there.
Don't say thank you.
Oh, very good. What are you like? You are an absolute star. Thank you so much. What a lovely lady. Yeah, can't get this pannier to close up. The zip is awful. Let's see if we can straighten it. Yes, done. So there's that in there. We're all good there. I'm going to probably have the same problems with this. Did get the bottle of wine in this side, so I've tried to put the heavier stuff at the sides. I don't want too much heavier stuff on the top here, but we've had to stick some in it. So there we go. No problems. I haven't turned this camera on yet, so you probably just had my chest cam on, which is all right. You'll still be able to hear me. So yeah, we got back. The bike was still here. not a problem. I've taken the lock off, all good. Now we're going to get back home. Now, I wonder what the bike's going to be like with extra weight on the back. It's been a few years since I've given someone a takey. I suppose it's similar, but I'm not going to be setting any land speed records. Let's get it off its central stand. It's got to go forward to do that, and then back off. And we're pretty good. I'm going to wheel it out just while, oh, we can feel that weight already over the back. But I'm just going to wheel it out until I'm across this crossing, and then I'm going to take the same route back home. Or could I get out this way? I could possibly get out this way. So yeah, all in all, quite easy, and actually I'm really surprised just on how much I was able to fit in a relatively small set of panniers and a small box. If you had a proper setup, I'm sure you could easily get a couple of baskets in. All those bags that I've got, they're all supposedly waterproof, but like I said, I'll buy some proper stuff rather than just buying the cheapest you can. But this is just for demonstration purposes. I am going to ride. I do like the step through nature of this bike as well. Tell you what I am going to do before we go. I've got my lights on. No, I haven't. Let's turn the bike on. I've got my lights on the bike. Where's me? Now I've got the lights on the bike. But where is my lights on the helmet? This is my Ex-Nito. Yeah, we're pretty good there. So be safe, be seen. This is my Ex-Nito helmet he sent me. Links here in the description. And we're all done. No, we're not. My other strap was in the way of my glove. So yeah, anything that I do use on the videos nowadays, people usually have sent me. I'll always leave an honest review of anything that I test, just like the Himiway bike. But yeah, links will all be in the description. So let's have a little look to see what the extra weight is going to be like. Well, first of all, the bike's easily pulling it, no issues whatsoever. The assistance is only on one. I am going to turn that up a couple of notches, and I am going to make sure that this lady is looked after. She's walking to that side comfortably, so I'm all right with that. Yeah, and we're going to cross the road. I might go, yeah, I am going to go the same way back, so I'm just going to wait for this traffic to clear and go across the road once again. So we're all good there. Yeah, we're recording chest cam as well. Yeah, lights are on at the front, lights are on at the back, so we're all good, and I think we should be all right to go. So yeah, we are fine to ride across. Obviously not this section of road just yet. So all the bags are all still secure, no issues there. So about the bike, what's my thoughts? Well, is it a style of bike that I would necessarily buy and use? No, it's not. I think everyone knows that I'm a mountain biker, and that's my style of bike. But I do want to go and get myself on a road bike at some point soon as well. I want to go and find out the experience of what a road bike feels like. It's been a few years since I've ridden one of them as well. But I do honestly like the comfort of this. This is the type of bike that would serve a purpose. If you were honestly using it for deliveries, if you're using it for a daily shopping bike, super comfy. I'm not sure the actual price at the moment. I think it's about £1,600–1,700 this bike, so it's not a cheap bike, but it's got a powerful 250 watt motor. The battery life, like I said, is very good. 60 to 80 miles. I tend to find that it's the same with the Lecky cars, that I don't tend to find that those mileages are realistic. Tend to find that you won't quite get that amount out of them. But I honestly haven't tested this one, so I couldn't tell you. So we're waiting for these, showing them nice and early that there's no risk of me going across. But the bike's put together really well. The extra stopping power of the hydraulic brakes is the big win for me. Honestly, it definitely needs that. Are we good? Yeah, we are. Happy days. The smaller tyres need a little bit of getting used to. Like I said, it reminds me a little bit of riding one of the voice scooters, but they're very comfortable. The wide tyres and the small diameter make steering inputs quite sharp and responsive. I'm not comfortable with the amount of grip levels yet. That's nothing down to the bike, that's just down to me having only ridden it for this short period, but it's super comfortable. Seat's great. Gear changes, what are they like? Yeah, that was quite slick. Slick. Good. It's only got a rear mech, so there's obviously no front gears. And we've still got all my bags on the back, which is a result. Yeah, the tyres, they don't fill me full of confidence yet. I'll have to have a little look at that going forward. But the motor's definitely powerful enough and responsive enough to sort that out. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I am going to use the cycling area all the way back. Thank you, buddy. Very nice of him. So I'll just make a little crossing over here. I think I'm going to dismount for this one. Like I said, if you're a little bit short on mobility, the step through part of this bike, especially if you're doing this or using this bike as a delivery bike, or you're using it as your shopping bike, this step through ability I think is pretty good. But without the electrical assistance, it's quite heavy to get going, and if you've got it in a higher setting, it does zoom off with you a little bit. But you have got the throttle, but that's probably one little bit that I think needs a little bit more. It probably needs a little bit more ability to go a little bit more with this throttle. But don't say, or don't quote me saying that that's how it is all the time. These bikes are super adjustable with the different settings. Haven't even looked at it. I've just literally built it, got on it, ridden it, and this is where we are. So what level of assistance does it go up to? What we like, 5's the biggest, and it does not crack on. There's a massive difference between 4 and 5, and I'm hardly using any pedaling assistance there. Am I going to arrive at the same point in time as anyone? No. Over the curbs, not an issue. Dead comfy. Still got all the shopping. Yeah, boss job. So, would it be practical in my household to do the shopping on a bike? No. There's too many of us. But if I was on my own or just needed a few bits of the weekend, honestly, I don't see the reason why you wouldn't. Now, how am I going to deal with this? It's a shared path, so these people have priority over me. So again, I don't want to arrive at the same point as both of these together. I don't think I need the bell. That lady's given me plenty of room. I'm making sure that I don't go too fast past these as well. So if you respect other people, you shouldn't have any issues on these shared paths. I've said it before. These people already talked to me that they're happy for me to come past. Thank you. So no issues with that. This bike in this setting, number 5, you have to be careful of going too quick. So cycle area's ended, so I'm back on the road. That's okay. Let's have a little look to see, thank you, the power of this bike up the hill. Fully laden, still got all my bags. I've secured them on well enough by the looks of it. We haven't had any disasters up to now today. Don't speak too soon. All the drivers have been good. I've got lights flashing everywhere on my helmet and on my bike. Notice as well, you don't need to get all dressed up in cycling gear as long as you've got something reflective on and you're warm enough. Gloves, yeah, definitely in this weather. So we're all good. It coped with that hill easily. Not even tired. My nose is running because I'm cold, but that's about it. Would you consider going shopping on a bike? Is it something that you ever do or have ever done? I do think we all get a little bit car centric nowadays. We really do. We use our bikes far too much, or sorry, our cars far too much. Especially for short journeys, and it's about time we didn't. So making sure I've got no one either side of me. I'm good. I'm all right, drifting a little bit back to left, but not going to go too far because I don't want people coming past me just yet. But after this junction, back over to secondary, I'm all right with it now. So always communicating with people, always talking to people with what I'm doing with the bike. Interestingly, the battery charge meter has gone down to 3 bars. That's fine, the van was just about okay. Notice, as always, the communication. Don't want to take my hands off the wheel, or sorry, off the bars, if I've got steering to do. So I'm communicating with any driver approaching behind by a number of little shoulder checks that I'm coming back or coming out. It's quite important. Has this one seen me? They're all right, no problems. Don't want anyone to overtake at this point, so staying out, being positive. So yeah, the battery charge meter has gone down to 3 bars. I probably could do with doing a test with this bike just to see how many miles it would get, but for now it's not a problem. This one's been a little bit Say again, buddy. What's up, mate? What am I sitting right in the middle for? You need to have a look at the highway code, bud.
Like that?
Say again?
Like that?
No, but you need to have a look at the highway code. When's the last time you looked at it, mate? You shut your window then and just get on with your day. And that shows you this guy, just exactly what people are like towards bikes. It's sad really, isn't it? When you're doing the correct thing, there's people like this guy acting in that manner. how it is nowadays. He probably, like he's just probably admitted to, he said he couldn't read. He probably hasn't looked at the highway code, and that's why he doesn't understand. So don't be too tough on people like this. Just honestly, just let him get on with it. So, what did I say? We haven't had any problems, haven't had any aggro, and then that happens. But remember, don't be bullied, but don't put yourself at risk. Now, challenge is another important thing that you've got to be super careful doing. You don't want to antagonize people, but the thing is, there are a certain portion of people who do need a little bit of education regarding stuff like this. Is it the way to do it on the road like that? No, it's not. But I'm a big guy. I've done some kickboxing in my time, so honestly, someone like him, it's not an issue to look after myself. However, don't forget, people like that, they could have a screwdriver, they could have a hammer, they could have anything. But I was ready just to get off and get literally on my bike. But that just shows you exactly what people are like. This guy's another one as well, forcing past. So just let that guy go and then move back across. All right, so that just about sums everything up. Shopping, is it viable? Yes, absolutely. Shopping on the bike is viable. Thank you, buddy. So shopping on the bike is viable. You can fit more than I expected and more than I thought. There were shopping areas or bike areas at the lights at the shopping centre as well, so no worries with that. It's not a problem, it's not an issue. So we don't all need to be as car centric as we are. I'd like to say massive thanks to Himiway for sending me this big dog. Would I buy one if I didn't have my other bikes? Yes, I would. I don't think I'd buy this model, but I'm well happy with my cruiser. It suits me down to the ground. It's got that electrical assistance and it's got a little bit bigger wheels. But this bike, it might very well suit you. Please support the people who sponsor my channel. If you're in the market for a bike, check them out. But as always, thanks a lot for watching. Keep safe, everyone. And mind those builders vans who want you out of the way because you're in primary. Keep safe. I'll see you soon. Oh, squirrel.